are live, man. We are live. Got a special guest in here. We got our guy from the Windy City Productions in here right now. Rashid, man. How you doing, bro?
Doing well, man. Excited to be on. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. We excited to have you, bro. It's been a long time coming. You know, we all fans of yours, bro. So we really appreciate you coming on and locking in with us for tonight, man. So let's get to it. We're going to get to it in a second, but we got a couple things we got to do. So just go ahead and tell the people where they can find you at, bro.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at DWCPods or on YouTube at Windy City Productions. I've been making Bears videos for like 7 years now. So yeah, for highlights and just reaction videos, you can find me on those 2 places.
All right. Let's get to it. We got CJ right here. CJ, talk to the man. Tell him how you feeling, CJ. We got a celebrity in here tonight, man.
Hey, D-Lo, cut that shit up.
CJ, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm just trying to share the podcast around real quick.
Okay, there go Alan right there. So Rashid, man. So how have you been, man? This has been a crazy offseason, bro. We've had a lot of change. We've had a lot of new coaches, new players. We had a new draft. It's just been a bunch of stuff happening as usual, man. With the offseason champions and all that type of stuff, man. So, just what are your thoughts on everything that just transpired so far?
Yeah, I've been loving this offseason, man. It's been a kind of, busy offseason for sure. Like for everybody, like there's just been so much that's went on. We hired a new head coach, hired new assistant head coaches, drafted a lot of players. Were active in the offseason too in free agency. It's probably the most like aggressive I've ever seen Ryan Poles be as GM of the Chicago Bears. So I've been really happy with the offseason. Basically everything I wanted the Bears to do, they have done this offseason. They hired Ben Johnson. They fixed the offensive line, in my opinion. Only thing they didn't do is upgrade the running back spot. That's the only position that I'm kind of still questionable about. But it's been a fun offseason, man. I mean, it all started with the Ben Johnson hiring, and like Bears fans have been a lot more optimistic since then with how bad last year was. Most Bears fans didn't think they'd be optimistic for this year, but I think the hiring of Ben Johnson really changed everything because now all of us Bears fans are still pumped up for this upcoming year. So it's been a good offseason for sure, I'd say.
So was Ben Johnson your number one pick, like your number one coach? Like it was Ben Johnson a bust?
Honestly, yeah. Like I just thought he was the number one coach on the market by far, and it just made too much sense. Like I was done with the Bears settling for like the number 3, number 4 option at head coach with how big of an organization we are, with the fact that we have Caleb Williams. It wouldn't have made sense to go after, I don't know, like Liam Cohen or like some of the other guys. I would have been kind of mad if it was anybody besides Ben Johnson. I was kind of okay with Pete Carroll maybe because Pete Carroll has won before in the NFL, like he won a Super Bowl. But for me, it was kind of Ben Johnson or bust. And when we actually landed him, I was just super happy because it showed me that the Bears are actually doing something different this year as opposed to the last couple, decades. And they actually went out and got the top guy. And honestly, I think, Kevin Warren played a big role in that. Without having him, I don't think we would have had Ben Johnson. So, yeah, I mean, really happy we got Ben.
Because I was one of the people I was just like, man, we got to get a coach that's done it before, like a Mike McCarthy or Pete Carroll, because I'm so nervous and so paranoid about getting a guy that's never been a head coach before. Coming along, he got to change everything around, new scheme, new defense, draft guys, you know what I'm saying? Build an offensive line. So I was a little bit skeptical about Ben Johnson coming here, but he's been what I think has been a disciplinary man. He's been super structured. You know what I'm saying? He's been upfront. He's been very blunt, and and I think that's what we need, a little bit of kick up. What? So we don't have to be so entitled to losing. You know what I mean? Because you got to change the mind from a losing mentality to a winning mentality. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, especially like the fact that he's throwing people out of practice, or not out of practice, but like out of the plays, like if they're messing up. I think that's been a big difference because like under Eberflus, there's no level of accountability. Guys are okay with messing up and like nothing really happened to them. So We saw Luther Burden got thrown out of a play yesterday. Last week Caleb got thrown out of a play because he didn't know what he was doing. So,
Right.
like you mentioned, like Ben Johnson, maybe some people are scared about his like coaching ability, but he's shown he can be a head coach. Like he's already disciplining people, like, and he's in charge for sure.
So when you went to the training camp, when you went to the padded practice, what stuck out to you the most about him? Like, what was like, yo, like, was he pacing? Was he sitting there with his arms folded, looking mad? Like, what was he doing up at camp, man?
He had the play sheet in his hands a lot of the time because he was just like, I guess wondering what play to call. But like when he didn't have the play sheet, he was very intense. Like he looked at the players, like he was looking at everything happening, like just with an intense look on his face. He was super focused. I'd say he wasn't really distracted by the fans yelling at him or anything. He was just super locked in, and that's the biggest thing. I was sitting a little bit further away to like actually hear him, but according to the fans that were closer there, like they were saying he was yelling at guys too. Like he was super. When Luther Burden got, pulled out, he chewed Luther Burden out, and maybe was aggressive with him. But like he's just a super intense guy, and he's a guy that you don't want to mess with, right? Like he's gonna put you in your place if you try to I don't know, I guess challenge him or whatever. Like I'd say that's what stood out. Like he was super intense, super locked in, and focused on the play calling.
CJ, you got anything you want to ask him while we got him in here? Your mic, CJ, your mic. Hold on.
Yeah, my fault. As far as the Bears getting in and out of the huddle, how was they with that? Because we know they struggled with getting in and out of the huddle last season.
Yeah, so last week it wasn't good. Like last week we got reports that Caleb and the offense couldn't really line up properly. But this week it was a lot better, I'd say. Like the practice that I went to, they didn't have any like formation penalties. They got lined up pretty fast. There wasn't really any negatives with that. So it's still like a learning process, I'd say. It's still gonna take like a month or so to get fully up to speed, but it's a lot clearer than last year. Like I don't think we're gonna see anything like the Thanksgiving game last year where they couldn't, they didn't call the timeout and like they couldn't get lined up in time. I mean, like that type of stuff I don't think it's gonna happen this year because Ben Johnson is super focused on the details. So it's been pretty good so far this year.
Okay, so when you get to practice, man, you see Roman Dunze, you see DJ Moore, you see all these guys out there, man. They're running hard. They looking like if they don't run hard, they're like they're gonna die. So when you get there at practice, is it guys just running hard? It's guys hitting hard. Like how was the atmosphere when you got there as far as intensity and passion and aggressiveness?
Yeah, man, it was super physical. Like one of the most physical practices I've ever attended for the Chicago Bears, and I've been going to practices since John Fox days back in Bourbonnais. So I've been to like a lot of these training camp practices, but I've never seen like the intensity that was out there yesterday when I went. I mean, guys were hitting each other super hard. There was a UDFA that we have, Tyshim Johnson out of Oregon. He's a backup cornerback. He was like popping the shit out of people in the open field. I mean, he was super physical. You could hear the pads thumping. Like that's how physical it was. Like maybe a little bit too physical at times, but like you kind of love to see that, right? Like you love to see the intensity. Guys are running super hard. Players are doing down ups if they weren't, if they got beat or whatever. Like there was like some physical punishments too sometimes. So like I think overall the intensity is helping players get in shape and have the endurance to keep up with,
right.
Maybe in the fourth quarter of a game. Like they're definitely like improving in those areas. So it was super intense.
Yeah, so the thing about Caleb Williams, man, he had to change a lot of his mechanics. He had to change his footwork, his throwing motion and everything like that. Have you been impressed with what you've seen from him from last year as far as like his mechanics and everything like that?
Yeah, for sure. They're changing a lot of things. It seems like he's getting more comfortable with it now. The first week it was a little bit rocky, but Ben Johnson even talked about that, right? Like he said that Caleb's already growing. He can see it in his play every single day. Recently, we've been getting reports that the offense is winning more of these plays in practice, more of these practice periods. And like you have on the screen here, like, he said sometimes you got to get burned by hot stuff to realize you don't want to do that again. Like they're throwing so much stuff at him, so he's bound to make mistakes, but all these mistakes are making him a better football player because like he's not going to repeat those mistakes in a real game. So I love everything they're doing with Caleb so far.
All right, we got Alan in here right now, man. Alan, I'm gonna get you to ask Rashad a question, but we got Dinah Liv saying bear down. We got Celeste. One on Celeste, my little sis right there, man. Appreciate you. Cool, super cool, man. Super cool. We got Honey McMahon that reposted it. We got Dinah Love saying so much positive buzz going into the season. We got Joseph Archer saying, "What's up, everybody? Let's go Bears." F Green Bay, of course, it's always F Green Bay. So, Alan, we got one of the guys in here, man, that's been on the ground for a long time, man, out there in Bears practices. Shit, man. So, you got any questions for him?
Yeah, I wanted to know, man. I appreciate you coming on again. I would just want to know, like, the offensive line play. I looked at a couple of clips and I noticed that Jones and I want to say it looked like they were playing a little high as far as like with their technique. Is it something that the offensive coordinator is working on with them to lower their pad level? Because Jones, I think his pad level is some of his issue with taking on these bull rush. I noticed when he was going against, I got the young man from Indianapolis we picked up, he wasn't moving his feet as equal as the defender was. Offensive lineman, I anticipate that your feet need to be moving quicker because you're protecting something. A defensive player is going after something. So offensive lineman's feet need to be a little bit quicker and more lateral at some point, but it looked like he was just riding them into the quarterback. So is it something that you hear the offensive coordinator bring up to the offensive line? Do you see any raw coaching? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, I don't know if I heard it necessarily. I didn't like hear them coach too much, but you can see it on display like a little bit. Like a lot of these guys are improving. Like you talked about the pad level, maybe Braxton still has some issues with it, but like I think Ozzy Trapilo, the rookie, he's been doing a good job with it for the most part, and his feet are pretty nimble for being such a big guy. He's 7, right? But like he can still move pretty well. So that kind of gives me hope that Ozzy could start eventually for the Bears this season because he has the higher ceiling than Braxton Jones has. He's not going to get bull rush as often.
Right.
But now to answer your question, like there's been big improvements in the offensive line. The practice that I went to, the O-line was really good. Caleb had a lot of time in the pocket. There was multiple plays where like he had the ability to step up in the pocket because their interior is super good, right? Like we added Joe Tooney, we got Drew Dalman, Jonah Jackson. The interior strength of the offensive line right now. So if you have a good interior, like it's going to make the tackles better too.
Right.
Maybe we're not the biggest fans of Braxton Jones right now, but I don't know what you guys think of Darnold, right? But I think Wright could be top 10, right tackle this season. And if he's bad and we have a good interior offensive line, Braxton's not going to be, as big of a weakness, I would say. And we still got Ozzy Trapilo too. So I'm honestly really optimistic about the offensive line with all the coaching they're doing and all the players they've added this offseason.
And we got a question for you, Rashid. Somebody said, how is the defensive front looking with the run defense so far? What do you think?
The practice that I went to, the run game was good. Like the Bears offensive line got the better of the D-line, but I'd say it's kind of hard to say until the games actually start. But I'm optimistic, right? Like Andrew Billings is still there in the middle. Montez Sweat is a good run defender. We added Grady Jarrett too. I think Grady Jarrett's presence has been pretty big because he's a veteran that's done it before. And compared to Zach Pickens, like he's going to provide you with so much more value. So I like the Bears D-line on the inside for sure. I'm a little bit questionable about the defensive ends because Dio Odegbo, like I'm not sure how you guys feel about him, but I wasn't the biggest fan of that signing, but he's still maybe somewhat of an upgrade over DeMarcus Walker. So we definitely have more depth this year, but I'd like to see more like when the games start because right now it's kind of hard to judge that.
Yeah, we got a couple of comments. I'm gonna get to those, and I got a question for you for myself. It says, who do you guys think is going to start at left tackle? We got Celeste saying Ben Johnson ain't playing with these boys. We're going to show them why we the monster of the midway. Absolutely. We got Diana Liv say no cap. How the defensive front looking to answer that? And she says the O-line better be good. We've suffered enough seeing Caleb run for his life. But I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to pass it to you guys. CJ, I'm going to go with you, then I'm going to go to Rasheed. Who you guys think is going to be the starter left tackle? I'm going to say the guy whoever's prepared the most, whoever is locking and disengaging, engaging, feet look nimble, he's not getting bull rushed. That's the person that's going to be the starter left tackle. I read somewhere that it's going to come in out about 10 to 12 days. We'll have an answer because the preseason game is coming ready to come up. We're going to start, so we're going to get an answer soon. But my answer will have to be Ozzie Trapillo. So, CJ, who's your left tackle? Who do you think is going to start?
I think at some point it will be guys. I'm just looking at it because Jackson Jones is kind of been hurt. And I don't know if he's good players or not. So yeah, I think it's gonna be
So we got a comment in here from Honey. He's saying Donut Milkman. There go Donut Milkman right there, Honey. I had to pull him up for you. T-shirts and hats and pullovers and sweaters is coming soon. So Rasheed, who do you think is going to be the starter left tackle here soon, man? What do you think?
Well, in week 1, I think it's going to be Braxton Jones because they're probably going to go with familiarity. But I think later this season, it might be Ozzie Trapillo. But right now, like, the easy answer is Braxton because he's already been like a good tackle or average tackle in the NFL. You probably don't want to risk it too much with the rookie so early. But eventually, I could see it being Ozzie.
Yeah, good answer, man. So with that, I'm going to ask you this question. Jaquan Brisker, man, everybody know he's pretty much been hurt. He got a crazy concussion. He missed last season. He's been out. He had a rehab. He got to get better. He got to get stronger mentally, physically. Pretty much got to be built from the ground up just because of the situation that he was in. So did you see him out there and how did he look? Did he look healthy? Was he bouncing around? Was he flying around? Was he talking crap? What was going on with him?
Yeah, man, like he was probably the most energetic player out there, I'd say. I tweeted about this, but like right before the 11-11 started, he was like super hyped up, like let out a big yell, jumping up and down, just like hyping up the defense, like just doing usual Jaquan Brisker things. He's always been the one to talk trash, to, hype up the entire defense. And he's kind of the villain of the Chicago Bears team in some ways because opposing fans really don't like him. Vikings fans don't like him because he always does like the skull chant in front of them. In front of
right, yeah.
So, yeah, like I kind of like that we have that type of player right now on the Bears team because you need that type of villain. And he looks healthy. Like he looks like he's ready to go. There's no signs of the concussion or anything. I kind of wish he wore the Guardian cap for the regular season. He said he won't do it, but regardless, like he's healthy right now, moving pretty well. Defense, in coverage, he's been pretty good. So, yeah, I'm optimistic about Brisker.
So yeah, me too. I'm a little bit optimistic. So Alan, man, share your thoughts to Rasheed about how you felt about Jaquan, and if you got any other questions for him.
Yeah, Jaquan Brisker, I kind of worry about his well-being after football. That's the only thing, and I've mentioned it a couple times on our show. That's what makes me nervous. I know he's a heck of a football player, but I just worry about guys after football because sometimes, even in some of his interviews, I think he get sometimes he might get stuck in some things, and I'd be like, well, sometimes that clock is not ticking as fast, but I believe in Jaquan Brisker. I hope he wear the Guardian cap. I know it looks weird, but Johnson, the running back, he wore it, that last kind of phase of the season last year. I know it looks corny, but I hope he puts it on, man, because I want to see him play a full year. He's been with us going on 4 years, and he ain't played a full season. So I want him to be healthy. He's a heck of a football player. He's actually a all pro, but he's got to be on the field. So that's the things with Jaquan. And also to add to that, with the defense, I noticed that Roma Dunze, he was saying that the windows for the throws with the cornerbacks being a different archetype now with Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen like long, lanky. It looks like the wide receivers are having a harder time compared to like last year when you went to camp. Are they having a harder time getting open because of the length of the corner?
Oh, 100% for sure. Like, the first week, the defense won all of the camp practices. Like, and even like now when the offense is putting more plays together, just tight coverage, like always. Like, you don't see guys wide open down the field. And
right.
Yeah, you talked about like the length of the cornerbacks we have. Like, that's been a major thing too. And one guy that's been impressing me a lot is Nishan Wright. that we got. Like he came over from the Vikings, I believe. He was with the Cowboys originally. I didn't even really know about him until the last few weeks, but he's been the CB2 for the Bears, in front of Tyreek Stevenson for the most part. So he's been having a really good camp. Like I would, at this point, like he might even win the CB2 job for the Bears in front of Tyreek and Terrell Smith, because he has that athleticism, the length, and he's making plays on the ball too. But yeah, like you said, Dennis Allen's coaching has been a big part in turning this secondary to be even better than it was last year. They've been a lot more aggressive, I'd say, for sure too.
Yeah, because Dennis Allen pretty much came out and said that the number 2 cornerback spot was up for grabs, man. So that put Tyreek Stevenson right on notice, man. So CJ, you got any other questions for Rasheed about practice? Anything else?
Yeah, as far as the returns, how have been the training camp this year?
Wait, sorry, could you repeat? You kind of cut out for a second.
So I said, as far as the Bears kick returners, how they look in training camp so far this year?
Yeah, it's been kind of shared between a few people. Like Luther Burden took some snaps there. Devin Duvernay got a lot of work there too. I think if I had to guess, I think Devin Duvernay might win that job because he's been doing it, for a while in the past. He was a Pro Bowler, like Pro Bowl return man before, so he's got the most potential, I'd say. Luther Burden, I'd be okay with him doing that too, but maybe you don't want to risk him because he's the high second-round pick and he already had hamstring issues. So I think Duvernay's going to be that guy, but Odunze also took some snaps too, but I don't think I want Odunze doing that with how crucial he is to the Bears passing attack. So yeah,
All right, we're going to get into some comments. We got Celeste right here saying Rasheed was speaking facts per usual, man. That's what he do. He wanted the best. She said, all you guys are giving good answers, making me pumped up for the season. Then Rasheed, I'm going to get this to you, man. He said, what's going on with Tyreek? I'm assuming it's more character than skill because we saw him have a meltdown pretty much last season at, Commanders game, but I don't think it started at the Commanders game. I think he's been a little bit immature since he's been here. We've seen him get penalties for fighting, you know what I'm saying? All type of stuff, man, getting guys' faces. And then the worst part happened in Washington. So what's just your thoughts on what's going on with him? Is it more skill or is it more character?
I think it's more character for sure. He has a lot of skill, a lot of talent, but he just needs to put it all together. Like he gets in his head a little bit too much sometimes. And I think the Hail Mary incident kind of made him spiral in some ways. Like, I mean, obviously if you see that on TV all the time, you see fans talking about that. I'm sure opposing receivers like trash talk him about that too. It gets in your head, and like if you're in your head as a cornerback, you're not gonna do well. So I think he needed time to like recover from that and like kind of mentally get himself right. And Dennis Allen's gonna be good for him because Dennis Allen's like a no nonsense type of head coach, or defensive coordinator. And if he is a backup for a little bit, I think sitting back and like watching tape and like regrowing at that spot, like that's gonna help him out long term. I still have faith in Tyreek long term. I think he can be a starting cornerback in this league, but last year he was just stepped behind all the time in coverage. He wasn't really paying attention sometimes. So I think he can turn it around, but he needs good coaching to turn it around.
Yeah, so Adam, do you feel that same way, just to answer that question and piggyback up what Rasheed said?
Yeah, he definitely need coaching. Al Harris and Nashawn Wright were together at Dallas. So that's a lot of you know how the NFL is, man. It's a system of friends and family sometimes. So, and he was on the staff that drafted Nashawn. Sometimes it come down to a new coaching staff, man. They come in and they got a different type of guy that they want playing that position. Like Eberflus like corners that run zone, whereas Dennis Allen needs guys that are long, lengthy, and take away passing angles to give the defensive line more time to get to the quarterback. So it's just different schemes, different archetypes. I wish Tyreek Stevenson would.
Yeah, so he's pretty much said that he wished Tyreek Stevenson, and that probably never happened to him up there in Washington with the Commanders, man. But sometimes Rasheed, it's guys just mature, man. Like when you coming from a loser environment, kids kind of feel like they can get away with anything. Look,
right.
The substitute teacher is here today. We can act a fool, but we don't have that right now with Ben Johnson, man. We got a damn Joe Clark type of principle. I don't know if you ever seen Lean on Me, Rasheed, with Mr. Joe Clark. You call me
Not
crazy,
bad.
but he called me Batman. He had the bat, and he was acting, they called him. It was crazy. You smoke crack, don't you? You probably heard of that meme, but that's what Ben Johnson was reminding me of. So I'm gonna give it back to Alan to let him finish his point, though.
But yeah, that's pretty much.
No,
With
we're gonna go back.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. G, I'm good.
All right. So Susie, so CJ, man, we've been talking a lot, man, about Montez. We haven't got to him yet. So Rasheed, so what are your thoughts on Montez this year, man? What are your expectations from him? Like, you know, he got a little bit more help with Grady Jarrett down there with him, and Billings is back healthy. Do you think he's going to have a breakout season? Not a breakout, but like a healthier, better season?
Yeah, I'm hoping for 12 plus sacks out of him.
Whoa!
We're paying him, I feel like it's possible, right? Like, there's so many like players nowadays like that get 12 plus sacks. Like, it's definitely possible if you have the defensive line. And we're paying him so much money. Like, he's getting paid 25 million or something like that per year. So he needs to produce for the Bears. He's a really good run defender, so like that always helps add to his value. But like we need him to finish, you know, quarterbacks into the dirt. And last year in general, like he got pressures last year. He just wasn't finishing some of them, and I think he also dealt with the injury that kind of hampered it, and the entire team just fell apart. You know, the second half of the season, anyway. So I got big hopes for him, though. Like, he's gonna have to step up and be the star on the Chicago Bears defensive line, because that's what we're paying him to do, and that's how the Bears are gonna, you know, win football games this year.
Yeah, and I gotta agree with you, bro. It's just I think that he's getting paid to do a lot. Like, you know, we don't have time to just wait. Like, when they pay you the much money as they paid you, you got to produce. No matter how anybody feels about it, and you know, injuries, like, that's understandable, man. But at the end of the day, we paid you for a reason, bro, and that reason is to get to the quarterback. So, CJ, what's your thoughts on Montez before we move on?
I mean, I pretty much don't have much to say about Montez. I want to know about the linebackers. How the linebackers look with the defensive line? Like, they've been playing, like, they kind of been playing like in day school. Like, how they been looking out there?
Yeah, TJ Edwards had a good play when I went. There was a lateral pass to one of the running backs from Caleb, and TJ Edwards wrapped up immediately, brought him down. So Edwards has been looking pretty solid. Tremaine, I haven't seen, you know, making plays when I went, but like I think he got an interception like last week, or maybe it was
First play.
I think it was him. Yeah. But like, yeah, I think linebackers look pretty good. Like, I think it all depends on Tremaine Edmonds. Like, he's going to be the X factor, because like we mentioned with Montez Sweat, we're paying Tremaine Edmonds so much money. Like, he's top 5 highest paid on the Chicago Bears, but you know, he wasn't really that good last year. So I think having a good D-line in front of him, that's going to enable him to, you know, make the big time plays, get the turnovers, like be better in coverage too. And then another big talking point is like Noah Sewell is going to be our LB3 this year. It was Jack Sanborn the last 2 years.
Yeah, it was.
We let him go. I kind of wish we kept him, but so like that's going to go to a rookie, maybe in Ruben Hippolyte, or it's going to go to Noah Sewell. So that's kind of the battle that we're watching out for right now. But also Dennis Allen plays so much nickel and like dime packages where, you know, we're not going to have 3 linebackers on the field anyways a lot. So, but that's interesting to watch for sure.
So we got a question, Rasheed. You the star of the show, man. So we're going to give it to you, man. you the special guest. So how's the running backs room? Do you think Calvin Nunn guy is going to be number 2, or the Bears going to pick up another back? And then I'll go to Allen after this. So you go ahead, Rasheed.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to sign another running back at this point. They would have done it if they wanted one, but all the good ones are gone now. Like, I forgot who. Like, there were a couple names out there that the Bears could have. Oh, Nick Chubb was one. Like,
Nick. Oh my God, bro, that was pissing me off on Twitter so bad. Like, I'm gonna ask you, why do Bears fans won't hurt players? Like, what is wrong with us, bro?
Why does the GM want
her? Why? The guy from the Raiders got hurt. Rasheed, like, some players wanted him taking a chance. So what is that going on with that?
Oh, I was gonna bring that up too. The guy from the Ravens. I don't know. I mean, at this point, we were just like hoping for anything, because like there's nobody else out there that's good. Like, you're not gonna get anybody. So I thought maybe Nick Chubb might make a little bit of sense on like a 1-year deal, but like you mentioned, like if he's not even gonna be available, like what's worth? It's not even worth it. I kind of wish we drafted one a little bit earlier than 7th round, though. Honestly.
Yeah, me too, man. And people were so hyped to see him squatting. Like, bro, I can squat. Like, that don't. What is gonna happen when some linebacker tear into his legs? Like, what are we doing? So, Alan, man, do you think it's a chance that Kyle Monangai can move up to running back too? Because I said he's gonna have to show out. He's gonna have to show that contact balance that we love from Kyle Monangai we saw in college, and that just that great balance. And he's gonna have to separate. What's your thoughts on this, Alan?
Well, I think Kyle Monangai could get to the second string, but it's gonna be really dependent on if he beats Johnson out and how they handle the pass rush. I think that's gonna be the big thing with the running back fight for the second string. But I do see us using 3 running backs this year. I think we're gonna use because they actually put DJ Moore in a little bit for running back. So I think we're gonna have more variety of running backs. So I think Monangai is gonna get his fair share of carries, if that makes sense. I think he'll pretty much, maintain at least 5 to 7, 8, maybe 8 to 10 carries a game.
I don't see that at all. See, do you see him getting that much run? I don't know if I see it. I don't know if I see that. Do you see that receiver him getting that many touches?
It's hard to say. Like I don't think right away. Like maybe like second half of the season if there's like injuries or whatever. But I mean, Swift is more proven at this point. I'm not a big Swift fan. Like I don't really like him on the Chicago Bears. But
right.
Like obviously, like he's probably gonna get most of the carries because he's getting paid the most money. But I'm hopeful for Monangai. Like I would love if he gets 8 to 10 carries per game because that means he broke out and he's good. And for a 7th round pick, that'd be amazing.
Right.
But, yeah, if I had to put money on it, I'd probably put Swifts. Unfortunately.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just get into some questions about the season. Just what do you think that's going to derail our season more than anything, Rasheed? What do you think that's going to just straight up kill us?
Derailing it, probably like lack of pass rush. Honestly, that's like the one big weakness maybe on the team. If we don't have a good pass rush this year, like our whole defense could fall apart again. And yeah, besides Montez Sweat, I'm not sure if I'd have huge faith in the other pass rushers. I think a lot of the pass rush is going to come from the interior. So hopefully the interior pass rush is going to be rock solid, and then Dio Odingbo can clean up some of the sacks. Montez can hopefully get 12 plus sacks, but that is the biggest weakness. And the second one is going to be if Caleb just simply isn't good. Like, obviously we don't want to like think about that possibility, but if Caleb is not a good quarterback, obviously that's going to derail. Like no matter how good Ben Johnson is, if he doesn't take the next step up, we're not going to be a good football team. There's so much pressure on him this year because like everything around him is good. Like head coach is good, I think. Coordinator is good. Offensive line is good. Receivers are good. So he needs to step it up this year for sure.
Yeah, and I think I was kind of feeling the same way. Like Caleb Williams has a lot of things to work with, and you just named them all. So do you feel the same way, Alan? Like if Caleb is not, what are your expectations of Caleb Williams, Alan? Like what are they really like? What are we expecting him to do? I don't know. You don't have to say numbers or anything, but what are you expecting? And I'm gonna go to receive again. Like, what are you expecting?
I expect him to be according to the standard. I mean, like Ben Johnson said, I mean, he gave him the standard, and I think he should be above 35. I know you said numbers, but I think he should be above 3,500 from what he had last year, and the TD should go up. It's his second year, and the offense is more specialized to move the ball down the field. So he's just going to have to get an adjustment of the plays. He's going to the line with 3 plays half the time, and that's not something he's used to. So the schematics is something that he's got to work on. But on the field, I expect close to 4,025 touchdowns or more. Like that's the standard.
Do you agree with that, Rasheed? Like if he has less than like 27 touchdowns, how would you feel about that, Caleb Williams?
I mean, I'm hoping for 27 plus, like you said. Like honestly, 30 touchdowns should be the goal.
That's
4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns. That should be the goal because if you divide that on a per game basis, for 4,000 yards, you only need
2 275.
230. I think it's 230 actually, right? Like 230, 35, whatever, like per game. That's not even that much. You know, he has to stay healthy, obviously, but with how many weapons we have, there should be high expectations. But a lot of it also comes down to win-loss record. Like, if he doesn't have 4,000 yards, if he only has 3,700, only 25 touchdowns or 23 touchdowns, but we go like 12-5, like I think Bears fans would be happy. So like the wins matter even more than the stats.
Yeah, and that's why, man, long as he's pretty much moving the chains, he's throwing the ball away, he's not taking sacks, he's looking at his check down, and he's being timely and accurate and when he's supposed to be, I don't have a problem with it. He needs to be surgical. He needs to not hesitate to throw the ball. So when you were at camp, did you see him do any of that? Did you see him pat the ball, hold the ball, hold the ball too long? What did you see at practice from him?
I mean, he got rid of it pretty fast for the most part. There was a play that I posted on my Twitter account where he got the ball out to Swift against the blitz. I think the Bears posted that too. But it was just a simple dump off, but it just showed growth in that area, like to not take the sack and just to get the ball out. That's going to be a big deal for Caleb this year, just to get that completion percentage higher. Like Ben Johnson said, like he wants 70% completion percentage. Like plays like that are going to help that happen. But there were some plays that he was holding on to it a little bit longer. So it's still a work in progress. And I don't think Caleb is going to be like a Jared Goff type of quarterback. Like he's not going to be just a pure pocket passer ever, maybe. Like he's going to make plays outside the pocket too. So we're going to have to live with maybe some plays where he's out, sometimes outside the pocket, holding onto the football too long. But, we also need to see growth in the pocket. And I think we're seeing it so far.
Well said, man. Well said. We got Joe Austin saying 100. So what have you seen from Colston Loveland, man? He's been like a daily star at camp, whether he's running, whether him blocking. And I saw a picture of him blocking really well. So Colston Loveland, he's looking like that number, that pick, man, top 10 tight end got picked, bro. So the expectations, he probably has the highest expectations on this team besides Caleb Williams. Go ahead. You want to go, Alan?
Yeah, I from what I seen, a little bit of the skits, a lot of plays. Yeah, he's definitely running up under the linebackers as far as like they're keeping him in the alley, those alleyways, those short throws, so Caleb can take those layups. I think that's the biggest thing with Caleb is take the layups. So him and the slot receiver, his name from Washington, I think they're playing a lot inside of those grooves that can give him those quick throws. And I think that's going to help his confidence, and it's going to actually help DJ and Roma Dunze as they're getting down the field. So Loveland, he's a talent, man. He's a gazelle out there for sure.
Yeah, so what have you seen from him, Rasheed, man? Like, he just looking like that guy. Then I saw somewhere that, I don't know how much I can read into it, that Cole Kmet was taking second team snaps, man. I don't know if we can read too much into that, but we already knew that. What I saw from Colston Loveland, that he can separate from corners, he can separate from safeties really well, linebackers, he can go upfield, he can go vertical. So the fact that he's probably displaying that somewhat in camp right now, did you see any of that type of stuff at camp? Like, yeah, he's going to be the number one tight end here soon. And CJ, you can go out the receiver if you want to, man.
Yeah, we saw that on display like the whole practice. I mean, he made a couple plays when I went. He made a big catch on third down in the middle of the field, caught it like in the middle of traffic, sat in between the zone. But yeah, like you said, like he can move so much better than Cole Kmet. He's so much more athletic. He has better receiving abilities, and I do expect him to be like the primary receiving option at tight end for the Bears. Like I think he's gonna have more yardage and touchdowns than Cole Kmet this season, which for a rookie that sounds crazy, but like Ben Johnson prefers him. I think like there's no other reason why he would draft tight end at the top 10 if he didn't expect him to be a star for the Bears. And Cole Kmet was not re-signed when Ben Johnson was here. Like Cole Kmet's a good player for sure. I still think he can be a good tight end, but he's going to be blocking a lot this year. Unfortunately, like he's going to be blocking a lot. I mean, he's a better blocker for sure. And like he was blocking very well on some of the perimeter plays that we had, like the end around that DJ Moore had. There was fantastic blocking by Cole Kmet. So he's still going to be involved a lot. But I think Loveland is going to be the star tight end on this team. He just has the ability to go up and get it. very athletic. So I think it's gonna be Loveland.
Yeah, I think so. So, CJ, man, just what are your thoughts on what you've seen from Coach and Loveland? Of anything you want to piggyback off what Rasheed said right there?
I actually want to speak about Rome because I've heard rumors that he was going to probably be featured as the number one wide receiver in the offense. Is there any truth to that?
I feel like not yet, because DJ Moore is still getting the majority of the targets. Like the practice that I went to, he was targeted way more than Rome Odunze. I think Rome Odunze has to work on some more things before he takes over the number one role, but he has a higher long-term potential. Like maybe by the end of the season he'll be.
Speak on that though. Like speak on it. Like what does he have to improve on since we got you in?
Route running to some extent. Like I feel like sometimes last year he just got a little bit lost and like wasn't in the right spots, especially on the option routes. Maybe it was Caleb Williams' fault too. Like they were not on the same page on a lot of those routes. Like the ball was not even anywhere close to where Rome Odunze was, and like that makes me think: is that the receiver's fault? Is that the quarterback's fault? Like there were so many miscommunications.
It'll be a mixture of both.
Yeah, for sure. And like, maybe just like being more aware sometimes in the game. I don't know. Like we didn't use him as much last year as we should have, honestly. So like, there's so much untapped potential in Rome Odunze. And like yesterday in catch, he bobbled the pass too, which should have been an easy catch. So maybe just work on stuff like that to be more consistent. But yeah, I think we're gonna see that production come out this year. Like he was drafted top 10, just like Loveland was. So I think we could see a 1,000-yard season potentially. It's not out of possibility.
So what's your beef with DeAndre Swift, man? Like a lot of people, he kept him, he didn't trade him, but we know it's because of money and all this other stuff, and you can't, a bad cap. But what's your beef with DeAndre Swift, man? Just what's your beef?
I just don't think he has good vision for a back, and like I don't love running backs that don't get yards after contact. Swift never gets yards after contact. Like I kind of prefer like the bulldozing, like bruising type of running backs. Like a Derrick Henry, I would prefer much more than like a finesse type of back, right? So I don't know. That's just like the running back style I like. And Swift, he's only had one good season ever with the Eagles, and the Eagles offensive line can make any running back look good. Now, like I don't want to hate too much on him though, because like he's still on the Bears, and I still think he could have a good season, but I think it's going to be his last season with the Bears. And I kind of hope that maybe Monungai or like Roshan Johnson kind of break out, so we have that long-term running back. And he has some strengths too. Like I think his receiving ability and his dynamic ability is big time. Like he can make a big 80-yard touchdown happen, but he's just not good to get those like 4 or 5 yard gains. For him, it's either 2 yards or 90 yards. Like there's no in between. So that's the only reason I don't like him as much. But I hope he proves me wrong for sure.
Hey, we got Allen. Hey, we got Donna Lynn saying bring A-Train back out of retirement. Bring A-Train. That's funny, man. So you got any questions for Rasheed, Allen? Anything you want to just get off your chest while you're here?
Well, Swift, to add to him, man, I think Swift is like a combination back. He reminds me of Eric Metcalf back in the day. One of those guys that can run the ball for like 850, and then he can catch for like 650, 850, 100. He's a guy from scrimmage to me. That's kind of like a scat back type. But I do agree we do got to bring in another fit and style. And I don't think we're done with the running back room. I really don't. But as far as like it was one of the questions I wanted to ask you too, man. What about my guy that played free safety, Bayer? The leadership on the football team, is Bayer like the quintessential leader? Because when he talks, it seems like I get a sense of that what he say matters in the locker room. Does he kind of give you that impression?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like he's a leader of that defensive back room, without a doubt. He's the oldest guy there by far, but he's for sure. Like he's 32, I think. Like he's been playing in the NFL at a high level for such a long time. Whatever he says, it carries a lot of weight. Players really respect him. Jaquan Brisker loves him. Kyler Gordon loves working with him. Everybody loves him. Like, he's been a big addition from a leadership standpoint. But, you know, another guy that's also becoming a big leader is Grady Jarrett. Whenever Grady Jarrett speaks, he's also getting so much respect, like in the locker room, and like
right away.
Yeah, like even the mic'd up videos or whatever, like that are gonna come out eventually. You're gonna hear him talk a lot. So he's kind of the leader of the front seven, and then Kevin Bard is the leader of the secondary, I'd say.
I like adults in the room. I love
Yeah. Grady Jarrett seems like that guy. Like, he can be funny, he can be mean, he can be quiet, he can be loud. He can tell you exactly what you need to hear. He can tell you what you don't want to hear. So from that little bit of time, we've seen him on the press conferences when he first got here to what we've seen him now. CJ, he's pretty much been that person. Like, you don't know what you're going to get from him, but you know what you're going to get from him, if that make any sense. You know what I mean, see?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Alan? So what does that seem like? If you get a guy like that in your locker room, that's just a fun person to be around. He's a firecracker. You never know what he's going to do or say. So how does that go in the locker room, Alan?
Yeah, it goes a long way, man. Like I say, man, adults in the room, man. Hey, you gotta have them. You gotta have guys like Jared and Bayer, man, because we got so many young people on our team. It's so many guys under 3 years in the league, man. It's just, you gotta have those guys, those what we call pillars. You gotta have people that's gonna hold the team up. You know what I'm saying? Emotionally and schematically, man. Sometimes, man, guys get out of understanding of the off defense. In Jared's case, some guys might get off alignment, and he's got to fix it. And Bayer's got to make sure he's a free safety. He makes the checks and the calls for the DB, so he's got to make sure that the guys are lined up properly. So I want veterans that can be able to communicate with young guys, man, because that helps the coaching staff out when you got guys like that, because they communicate and bring that information to a level of the teammate instead of the coaches getting on them. It's a person on the field that can digest and regurgitate it back to the players. So those guys can't put a price tag on them.
Yeah. I think I also want to bring up, like, with the offensive line, like, we have the same thing now. Like, Joe Tooney we added, so he's kind of like the veteran leadership for the offensive line. And Drew Dalman too, like, he's been in the league for a couple of years now. He's going to be the leader. Like, just adding veterans is a big thing to do for your football team, because the last few years the Bears have been way too young. There's been too many rookies, guys on rookie contract, and the veterans that we did have, they weren't good veterans. Like, they were just guys in 1-year deals. So now the Bears actually did invest in good veteran leadership, and we're gonna see it play out this year.
Yeah, man. So I just want to ask this question. So, what do you think about? I forgot his name. I can't remember his name right now. You know, DJ Moore, man. Like, I think DJ Moore can be a running back. He can be everywhere, man. Like, I just think a lot of time last season that we were just trying to get guys their numbers. Like, okay, this week is the Keenan Allen game. This week is the DJ Moore game. This week is the Cole Kmet game. Do you think that's going to be an issue going into this season, or we just going to get the ball to who we need to get it to at the right time? We need to do it. Like, it's not about the player; it's about the play and what the execution of that particular play is for us to keep it going. You don't want to feed into egos and guys got to get all these balls to get paid. So, what's your thoughts on that, man? Do you think that Ben Johnson is going to just call plays, whatever works, whatever player gets it? He's just going to go up what the defense is giving them, pretty much, and Caleb got to do it, react to it?
Oh yeah, 1000%. That's what he's been preaching in camp so far. Like, it seems like every other day, like, a different player shines. Like, so there's just too many weapons, man. Like, we have 5 legit weapons. Like, you know, Moore, Odunze, Burden, Loveland, Kmet, and those are just the receiving options. We got Swift out of the backfield too as a receiving option. So I think it's going to depend game by game. Yeah, like you said, like, maybe one game could be like Moore going off, one could be Odunze going off, next could be Burden going off. It's going to depend on the matchups too. Like, if one team has a weak CB2, you know, maybe Rome's going to go off. If one team has a weak, like, I don't know, linebacking core, like, or safeties, maybe the tight ends are going to go off. So, like, it's going to depend week to week. And Ben Johnson, I don't think he cares about who gets the football. And if, like, for example, if, like, DJ Moore has a problem with that, then we're going to trade DJ Moore probably next year. But I don't think he has a problem with it. Like, he seems like he's going to be okay with it. I know last year he got super frustrated, but I don't think that was due to him not getting targets. It was probably due to us losing. If
Yeah.
we're winning, I don't think he's gonna care about who gets targets as much because he's getting his money anyways. Like I don't think he should care that much. Hopefully.
Yeah, man. Anybody else got anything for Rasheed before we get up out of here? Do you got anything you want to ask us, bro? Anything you want to get off your chest? Anything you want to pass around? Anything?
Yeah. No. What are you guys' predictions for the season? Like win loss?
Go ahead, CJ.
I just don't have the Bears winning more than 10 games. It's just question marks about the that I have. And as far as the Bears, do you think the Bears are going to keep two people on the team this year? And Santos and Jonathan King?
We asked about Cairo Santos.
Yeah. Do you believe that the Bears are going to keep two kickers on the team this year?
Oh, probably not. I mean, they're probably gonna cut the other one. Yeah, they're probably just gonna keep Cairo, I'd say. But yeah, hopefully he I don't know. Like, what do you think about Cairo? Like, I know, he kind of struggles sometimes with the long kicks, but
I mean, Cairo, he's been good. Anytime you draft a player, bro, you drafting a player for better. It doesn't matter what fans feel about a player getting released or traded. If they're drafting a player, they're drafting that player because they might feel like that player is better than that player. So Cairo is cool for now, but if Kim actually ends up being better and he gets reps, I just think Kim is going to be the kicker. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Like, this football wasn't invented yesterday when Cairo Santos has been our kicker. Like, it really don't matter. But I will give him some grace and say he did kick his butt off to get us that win against the Packers. That goes a long way. So we can't just throw that out throw that out of the way. And then you got to realize kicking in the wind, kicking in the weather at Soldier Field is difficult. And he can do that. You know what I mean? So we can't just get rid of Cairo right away. You know what I mean? He has to earn his spot for us, Kim. And that's just my thoughts on it. So what's your thoughts on the kicker before we answer his question about win and loss, Alan? What's your thoughts?
Oh man, look, I think Kim is gonna probably be on the practice squad, and then we'll probably I think we can protect like 6 or 7 guys on the practice squad. I think the Bears got eyes on Kim for some reason. I think he'll stay on the practice squad for the duration of the game. I mean the season. Cairo, I want to say his contract is up. He's guaranteed money this year, I think. So I'm not sure. I have to check, but I think it's coming up soon. So I think the kicking game, I think it's going to be solid. For the most part, he had a couple of bad games, but for the most part, he's been kind of rock solid. It's just they just found some flaws in his kicking, and that was a lot of Matt Pryor not getting low enough on those kicks. He's standing straight up. He's supposed to be level. When you're the inside man on field goal, you got to be level. You're not supposed to stand straight up. And they found a weakness on tape, man, and they attacked him. And hopefully we don't have that problem this year. But that was some schematical stuff that they found. Yeah, he had a low trajectory, but the line play gave them some ideas, to say the least.
So Alan, what's your win-loss total, man? Before I answer mine.
8 and 9 the Bears. That's mine.
You know what? I think we're going to go to 11-6, man. Like the first 4 games out of the gate, I think we got. Hold on, if anybody got the schedule, we can bring it up, and I'm gonna just get to it real quick. If anybody got the schedule, if we do this right here, we might go. Let me see. Hold up. Okay, I got the schedule right here. All right, so we got the Vikings, Rasheed, Monday Night Football with a rookie quarterback against Dennis Allen. What are we going? 1-0 or what?
Oh yeah, easy.
Okay, we're going 1-0.
I mean,
right
not
here.
easy, but yeah, 1-0. Yeah.
Okay, then the next game we got the Lions, man. We got the Lions. So what are we doing right there, Rasheed? We'll go through the schedule. Forget it. We'll go through.
Yeah, sure. I think I'll pick a loss there. Unfortunately, I think it's too early in the season for us to win on the road.
All right, too early in the season, and then we got the Cowboys and the Bears, man. What do you think?
So I mean, yeah, we can win both of those games. I mean, Cowboys, Eberflus, like we better win that game against Flus. He's coming to town. That's gonna be tough though. I mean, Cowboys still have a good offense. And, wait, what was the fourth game?
The fourth game is we got Vikings, Bears, Cowboys. Then we got the Raiders.
Oh, okay, yeah, Raiders we should beat as well. Who's their quarterback? Oh yeah, Gino.
Gino, yeah.
I mean, it could be like physical game, but I think we can win that game too.
Matter of fact, I can put this up here. We can go through it. Hold on 1 second. We about to get up out of here, everybody. Hold on. Let me get to it. Let me get to this real quick. Can y'all see that? Let me blow it up. Is that good, Rasheed? CJ Allen, we good right there?
A little bit more, G.
A little bit more? All right. We'll wrap it up after this.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Let's get to it. Now we can all see this all together. So we got the Lions, Cowboys. I'm gonna say we beat the Lions. Me and Johnson know the Lions. We know the Lions way too much. Got the Cowboys. I think we can beat them. I don't know. I think that Cowboy game might trip us up. Like, Dak is not a scrub. Dak is not a scrub, man. Like, and they got better on offense. Like, and then the Bears have to prove that they can go through a shootout. Like Eberflus is over there as the defensive coordinator. So, and he was kind of good for a little while. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Then we
that cover two is it makes you work all the way down the field. It makes Caleb have to go one play at a time. Well, young guys don't like one play at a time.
Right. So we got the Saints and the Bears. So this is a win. I don't even know who their quarterback is.
Oh, that's a win for sure. Yeah. What? Tyler Shaw or what? Tyler Shaw, like
the same guy throwing dirt balls at the tryout. I mean, at the combine, that guy.
Right. Then we got. Oh, I forgot about the Commanders receiver. How you feel about that game? We should have beat them last year, bro.
I hope that's a win, man. Like that's penciled on their schedule, I'm sure. Like, especially Tyreek Stevenson. Imagine Tyreek has like a bounce back game in that one. Like, that'd be an amazing story. I think it could be a win. It's gonna be tough though.
So let's say if we don't beat the Cowboys, I'm gonna get mad as fuck. That's two of us, man. That's gonna be crazy. Hold on. Then we got the Ravens right here. Oh, this is a loss. What you got?
I got a loss. I mean, Lamar Jackson is really good. We never played Lamar Jackson actually as the Bears because every time we played him, he's been injured. So hopefully we can play him this time.
Yeah, I just don't. So CJ, what you think, CJ? We losing this game? That Ravens game.
Ravens.
That's a loss, right?
Yeah, what game? What you talking about?
The Ravens, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I got the Bears.
You got Bears winning? Okay.
You got the Bears beating the Ravens. Ain't no way in hell. Nope. Then we got the Bengals with Sheed. Oh my God, another shootout. What we doing? I think we losing that game. Sorry.
Yeah, I think probably lose because it's on the road. So yeah, I'd probably a loss maybe.
All right, then after that, we got the Giants. Now, what we doing?
Win.
Oh yeah, easy win hopefully.
Yeah, and then we got the Vikings, November 16th.
Win.
I think we'll split with them. Like, I mean, if we win the first one, maybe I'll give them the second one because they have such a good head coach. Like, Kevin O'Connell scares me more than JJ McCarthy. So.
Yep. I think we win that. I think we sweep them. I'm not concerned about JJ McCarthy, man. He gonna have to show me. I don't care who was on his team. I don't care who McConnell. I don't give a damn what defense he got. If he's not proving he can beat Caleb Williams, who showed Rasheed, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that he was smoking that blitz last season. Am I right or wrong? He was getting busy against them, right?
Oh yeah. But the only thing I have to counter though is that like he turned Sam Darnold into like a good player somehow. Like I don't know, like they have such a good O-line where like even if they just run the ball, like it could be difficult. So yeah, I don't know. But hopefully we can sweep them.
Then we got the Steelers, man. This should be a win right here. What you think?
Yeah, it's Aaron Rodgers returning to Soldier Field for his last time ever.
And I think we got a good record against them too. Historically against the Steelers, I think we got like a good record versus them.
Oh yeah.
And,
I mean, recently we've lost to the last Steelers game was the Monday Night Football game with Justin Fields that we should have won. That the refs screwed us over. I think it's going to be a win.
all right. Then we got the Eagles, man. Black Friday.
Yeah, I mean, it probably lost.
That's an L.
terrible.
That is an
Yeah.
L. And then the Packers, man. What you think? On Christmas. Wait, no, December 7th. My bad. December 7th.
Yeah.
My son's birthday.
Nice. I think we get one win against them and then just split against them. So maybe this one lost because it's in Green Bay. But Caleb won in Green Bay, so
Yeah. All right. We're gonna wrap it up right here, man. We're gonna wrap it up and get Rasheed his final thoughts and everything like that, bro. So with that being said, man, tell the people where they can find you, bro, and to share your final thoughts about the Bears season and what to expect.
yeah, thanks for having me, guys. You can find me at DWC Prods or on the Windy City Productions on YouTube. And yeah, like about the Bears, I'm super optimistic. This is the most like pumped I've been about a season since 2018 probably, and I hope it's a good season. I've been covering the Bears for 7 years, but I haven't seen a winning season since 2018. So hopefully it's a good season for all of us content creators.
Man, thank you for showing up, bro. So we're gonna get Alan's final thoughts real quick, and we're gonna end this thing.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on, man, and you having us helping us out on the show. And I believe my final thoughts, man, is I'm just ready for the Bears to, make a turn. I'm just waiting for us to start winning. I feel like the GM has put together a good team. It's just time, man. It's time for us to win, man. I'm just ready to support my guys, man. So that's pretty much it for me.
CJ, what's your final thoughts, real quick, bro?
I just want the Bears to win the division. Yeah. That's all I want. I just want the Bears to win the division.
Yeah. And my final thoughts is this, man. Shout out to Rasheed for coming through, bro. You elevate the podcast, bro. You know your shit. I've been a fan of yours for a long time, man. Before I ever got into podcast, man, seeing you all the time up there, man. So to actually kick it with you and talk ball with you and to know you a little bit, bro, this is dope, man. It really don't get no better than this. But with that being said, my expectations for the Chicago Bears is we go 11-6, we win the division, and Caleb Williams throws for 4,000 yards. He throws for 30 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. Ben Johnson is the head coach of the year. He's the coach of the year. Luther Burden is the offensive rookie of the year. But it's going to be between Colston Loveland and him. I think either Colston Loveland's going to get it or Luther Burden III is going to get the offensive rookie of the year. My expectation is that Grady Jarrett has over 8 sacks. My expectation is that Ossie Petrullo will be our starting left tackle come week 1. I do believe that DeAndre Swift is going to have a good season, and I do think Roshan will stick at the number 2 position. I don't think none guy is going to beat him. I really don't see that. And Tremaine Edmonds is going to have a bounce here. A lot of people get on Tremaine Edmonds, but I really think he's been solid. A lot of the time he gets gashed, but I think what we've seen from practice and everything like that Allen could probably attest to this, that Dennis Allen's been getting him out of space, get him off the line of scrimmage, and he's being more of an athlete than somebody that's a thumper like Allen was saying. So with that being said, man, we out of here. This has been fun. This has been a moment. This has been historic. Oh, I gotta ask you this one shit before I get out of here. How was this, man? I gotta bring it up, bro. I almost forgot. How was it meeting George, man, that day when you talk to George?
Yeah, bro, it was super cool. Like, he's such a chill, like, normal guy. Like, you just don't think he's a billionaire. Like, I just approached him and I was like, hey, like, can we get a picture? And we just talked about the Bears for a second. Like, we were just like talking about the season, just, hoping for good things this year. But I love that George takes the time to take pictures with regular fans, because you don't see other owners doing this. I don't think any of the other owners in the NFL do this. So he's a pretty cool guy, I will say, and hopefully his team starts winning games.
And with that being said, man, that is it. We out of here. Like I say, Rasheed, we don't usually come and stay here no more than an hour 15. We're on an hour and 4. We try to hurry up and do this. But thank you for coming out, man. Take a time out of your day. Come kick it with us, man. From me, from CJ to Allen, man. Hopefully we can have you on the show again during the season. That'll be dope. With that being said, man, we up out of here. Peace.